questions?
Ben, IJ's back injury, is it related to anything of last year, or is it totally new from his bulging disc from last year?
You know what, he's compared the pain he had the other day to, it felt like the same pain he had a year ago, but he was moving a lot better yesterday. This happened multiple times now on our road trips. I don't know if it's because of the travel, because of a different bed, because he just moves wrong. The first time it happened, we were on the road at Kentucky, and he reached for the ball, and it's from his upper back. So I don't actually think it's from his lower back. They're saying it's more from, you know, the upper area of his back that's causing the problem. So is that, you know, what he's able to do today is yet to be determined.
You mentioned playing on the road a lot. You got a 3-game homestand. I mean, what kind of opportunity do you think this is for the team?
It's just one game at a time, and our first opponent is very good, athletic, extremely talented Arkansas team. They're really playing well offensively. They've improved a lot, I think, since we've seen them last in terms of their man offense and how they move the ball and their motion. And, you know, they're still a pressing team that's going to pressure the ball and switch 1 through 4. They're starting playing smaller the last few games, but you know, they'll play multiple players, and they keep bringing you know, guys off the bench and play real hard. So it's a very you know, good team that we're matched up with.
Without having to travel the next 2 weeks, do you think that this will be a good time to get a little more practice in, maybe, and work on some things?
You know,
that
at
you
this
wanna
time of
work
year,
on?
it's tough because you know, first of all, we've been playing shorthanded here. You know, with 9 guys, last game 8 guys, and you know, yesterday we came in and watched film of our game down at LSU, and went up and did some mobility and kind of got the lactic acid out of the body. But guys are playing a lot of minutes, so I felt it was better for us to have a best chance on Tuesday to not do a whole lot physically exerting yesterday. Today we'll have a good practice, and we'll go hard, and hopefully come out tomorrow prepared and ready to go.
When you played Arkansas previously, it was still when you were using the zone primarily. How do you think the man-to-man kind of matches up and changes things?
It's hard because they're really good, and our problems is when you look at the stats, especially when we're playing man, we're fouling more. You know, we're getting more fouls called against us every one we look at. And that was a problem in the last game. And I'll be honest with you, you know, like Malik's 2 fouls, they were, you know, the first 2 fouls, they were fouls. I mean, you know, you foul the guy, and they're easy calls to make. We got to be able to be better. We've said this for a while now: play without fouling, and it takes. You know, because then we get foul trouble. I didn't want to play zone against LSU. That wasn't the plan going in, but we didn't have IJ, and all of a sudden we're in foul trouble, and we end up playing. At one point in the last 2 minutes of the game, of the first half, I should say, we had Eric, Johnny, and Gavin in at the same time. We've never done that. You know, so you know, this will be a real challenge for our man defense because they cut hard, they move the ball, they get it going side to side. They have a good post player. Moses is really good inside. Very good talent, and they're a good passing team. You know, they share the ball, and they've got 2 great shooters in Bell and in Hannons. So it's a real daunting task.
How much of a grind is it for you guys right now? I've been on the road so much, a lot of close losses and things. I don't know, is it tough to keep everybody upbeat at this point in the year?
You know, our guys have been pretty good that way. You know, yesterday we had a real intense film session. We're pointing out every detail of things. You know, we had the lead. You know, we're up 12-4 and have a 3-on-1 and get nothing out of it. We're up 14-6 and totally below a defensive assignment. It's just inexplicable. So, you know, hey, it's always a grind. Whether you're winning or losing, it's a grind. That's what this is. You know, you got, you know, our first game was January 6th, and the last game was March 5th, and you've got 18 games packed in there in less than 3 months. It's a lot.
In conference play, I think, just in conference play, I think you're minus 30 in 3-point field goals. How big of a stat is that in the terms of success or the defeats in conference play?
Yeah, we've had some good open looks, but You know, I would say when I look at the stats, the biggest ones that jump out is that we have 35 more fouls. We've shot about 50 less foul shots, and we're getting outboarded. You know, those are the things that stick out the most to me, Michael. You know, I thought we gave up a lot of threes, especially when we're in zone, you know, which was true again in this last game. You know, when you get in zone, there's what you're going to give up, and they're too open. I mean, in this last game, those two shooters, I think were, you know, they made like 9 or 10 threes between, you know, the two kids that can really shoot it. You know, Hornsby and the other kid, Blakey.
Is there a way to try to increase that or try to negate that free throw disparity going forward? Have you talked to the team anything specifically to get to the line more?
Yeah, it's hard because we only have one true post player in Gavin, and not a lot of other guys that are real post-up guys. You know, our next best guy in the post would be Chicken at 6'3". You know, I mean, you know, we just don't get the line that much from our other inside players, our foremen in particular. And that's who, you know, would be the next guy. Normally, you would think that the next guy that gets the line the most is going to be one of the other bigs.
When you look at Gavin, just continuing to play how he has been, do you think he's almost underrated within the SEC because no one's really talking about the season he's having? It's been pretty.
It's tough when you're on a losing, you know, side of it. We're 2-8, and you know, he's done a good job for us offensively. He's still got to be better defensively for us, and that's, you know, that is something that we've, you know, tried to emphasize and tried to make a difference by going zone. And, you know, in other words, his ability to guard the ball screen as the guy's coming at him is going to be something for him. But, you know, there's no question he'll have a career beyond Mississippi State. He's having a good year. You know, you look at his efficiency rating offensively and his rebound numbers, you know, they're real impressive. And I think people in the league, the coaches, I'm not sure the media, but the coaches recognize that for sure. Because he's demanding double teams, people are coming at him and helping on him. And we got to keep trying to get the ball to him and play through him because he is so good down there.
What is it that makes him so efficient offensively?
That he has great hands and his ability, he has a great touch. He's really, you know, skilled that way, and he's strong. You know, he has the ability to hold his position when he puts his mind to it. You know, his biggest issue is he's played more minutes than he's ever played, and he's getting tired out there at times. And you know, I don't want to take him out of the game, but sometimes you have to just based on his, you know, conditioning level. And you think about where he started, he came in here as a 300-pounder. He's playing at like, you know, 268, 270 right now. So he's, you know, come a long way from his freshman year.
How much more of an offensive threat is he with that 17-foot jump shot?
Yeah, well, you know what, that's what he relied on in the past, and the reason why I think he's doing much better this year in terms of scoring is that he's playing more with his back to the basket, scoring down there low, where he's so good down there as well. I mean, if he can run around and shoot jump shots, that's great. You never get fouled doing that, and you never get second shots down when you're shooting jump shots. And he's a good jump shooter. I mean, he's got a very nice jump shot, no question. But what's helped him the most this year is scoring in the paint and making that the focal point of his offensive production.
What do you think that learning process was like for him, learning how to play in the post rather than, as you said, the 17-foot jumper?
I think he's always had it there. It's just what, you know, he if you, you know, gave him a choice, he'd rather be faced up. But where there's so few guys that can play down there with your back to the basket, that makes you much more of a commodity. And that's why teams are having to collapse on us at times. Because if they leave him one-on-one in there, he's got a great shot to score on most anybody.
What's it, I guess, how's it affected him that there hasn't been a consistent four or a conventional four beside him in the post?
I don't know if it's conventional, but just, you know, someone who can take some load off in the post.
Right.
You know, having another post player who come in and score in the post would be helpful for him to give him. It would be better for Gavin if he was playing 25 minutes a game, 27 minutes a game, given, you know, his girth and size. You know, it just doesn't allow for that right now.
Right.
I think he's averaging about 31 minutes a game.
Any other questions?